Consider for a moment that intelligent beings from other planets have arrived on Earth and have observed us for at least the past 75 years, and probably much longer. Consider that their presence was more evident from the detonation of atomic bombs in 1945. Since then, dozens of unidentified aerial phenomena have been reported around nuclear facilities, where, according to these reports, they've manipulated and even neutralized the operation of nuclear missiles. Consider the possibility that they're concerned about humanity and what could happen if an atomic incident occurred. If this is truly the case, then might the events that transpired on December 9, 2009 at the Kremlin, and again on December 19, 2018 over the Pentagon, be a warning to humanity about the direction we're heading. December 9, 2009. 3 young men, Dmitry Kazantsev, Irakli, and Robert Voltek, were driving in a car around Red Square, close to the Kremlin in Moscow. Between the hours of 4 and 5 in the morning, they observed something extraordinary. A pyramid-shaped object, several hundred meters long, was hovering over the Kremlin.
Этот объект был в форме пирамиды, или, как я позже узнал, тетрайдера. То есть он был равносторонний, что ли, со всех углов. Он был черным, то есть он был очень темным, его очень сложно было заметить на небе. Мы даже попытались сделать, Иракли, который вел машину, попытался сделать кадр из своего айфона. В 2009 году айфоны были не очень качественные, тем более видео они писали плохо, и на его телефоне ничего не было видно. То есть, поэтому нам очень повезло, что у Роберта была с собой камера, и мы вот засняли эти вот редкие кадры.
This incident was covered on YouTube, the Russian media, and made worldwide headlines after it was seen.
Самое обсуждаемое видео сейчас, по крайней мере, в интернете, НЛО, которое заметили прямо над Кремлем.
The Kremlin has been circled by UFOs.
До 1,5 километров.
The prestigious daily The Telegraph of England published the news with the title, "A UFO Pyramid Reported Over the Kremlin." According to the article, a giant pyramid that appears to be a UFO caused a frenzy of speculation in Russia that it was an alien ship. Witnesses claimed that it was over a kilometer in size and that the police declined to comment. The Telegraph also reported that witnesses stated that the object remained in place for several hours and that the Russian aerospace experts had no idea what it was.
They didn't know what it was. They didn't think it was a UFO. They didn't think it was dangerous. They just thought that probably was something related to the weather, because it was announced some days before that Russia was going to prove a different technology to try to control the weather. And they thought at that moment that probably this was related to that. However, since they didn't see anything in the papers right away, they upload this video to YouTube and then exploded in Russia. And everybody saw it, and thanks to that, we in Mexico, in the United States, we all saw this huge pyramid, but nobody said anything. It was just curious. Another thing that is very important is that the pyramid was there for 3 hours. 3 hours, from 5 o'clock in the morning to probably 8:15 in the morning.
At dawn, just before 8 in the morning local time, the pyramid was recorded again. You can see the tetrahedron from a greater distance just as the sun's light was appearing.
The daylight was really starting to show. It was getting clear, and we have this beautiful image where you can see the big pyramid completely in daylight, 8:15 in the morning, also very near the Red Square.
This suggests that the giant object remained over Red Square for at least 3 hours without any fighter aircraft being deployed, without any defense action having been carried out. Considering Russia is one of the most protected and powerful nations in the world, why was there no decisive military response?
We have to ask ourselves, if this was a real incident, if there really was a large pyramidal structure hovering over the Kremlin in this very sensitive airspace, why weren't jets scrambled into there? Can you imagine if we scrambled jets into that area, we would force a confrontation, which I believe in this case, they didn't want to be the aggressors. They figured, let's just watch and wait. Let's just see if this is a peaceful observation. Because if they were the first ones to start a provocation, this would be international news. It would cause fear and panic. And I don't think anyone wanted that.
I don't think it's our technology, because there is nothing like this, not even close. This pyramid, this object didn't have engines, didn't have any kind of support. It was just floating there. No wings, no nothing, no movement, just floating. Had to be a balloon, but this was not a balloon. This was not a hologram. This was something that was hovering by itself above the most secret place on Earth. What would happen if this object destroys this airplane, or if this airplane crashes in the middle of the Red Square? How could the Russians explain that? They decided just to keep quiet. They never said anything.
Оно висело на высоте 1,5 километра в небе над российской столицей в течение нескольких часов.
Both of them were presented at the television in Russia, and I believe they still think that this was a real event.